The streets of downtown Fargo will be looking a lot different this morning when you make your way through that neighborhood. Snowplow and tow truck drivers spent much of the night cleaning up after last weekend's storm. And as is usually the case, they warned people to get their cars out of the way, and any vehicle that was still parked in a no parking zone on north-south streets got the tow. We haven't received the notice for the next round of cleanup, but the city usually works on the streets one night and then avenues the next. That means more towing of cars that are in the way. And bitter cold temperatures often lead to some car troubles. Here are things that you need to check your car for during these extremely cold temperatures. You should check your battery, of course, but also tire pressure. When the temps drop, so will your pressure. Also have drive belts inspected for cracks or fraying, and check the wiper blades, brake, light, and brakes and the lights, and the transmission, brake, power, and steering and washer fluids. Check all of that. And a lot of drivers end up needing their cars jumped during these extremely cold temperatures. But there's information going around online that claims jumper cables can actually damage newer vehicles. So we went to the experts who say the damage actually stems from the cables being used incorrectly. That results in a fried computer. Mechanics say they see it every winter, and it's up to the car owner to know what they're doing when jumping a dead battery.
They jump started the vehicle backwards. They put the red on the black and the black on the red.
Now you should put red on red, black on black. Mechanics also say that trying to jump a battery that's frozen or swollen is dangerous, and they advise you to leave it to the professionals. And this morning, there's likely going to be a few cars that sputter when you try to turn them over. It's another chilly start. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, and more wind chill headlines out there for you this morning to start the day. We're talking about a wind chill warning now in the Devil's Lake Basin and back up into Kittson County, Pembina County here this morning in the Northern Valley. That's where we're still seeing wind chills 30s to 40 below to start off your day. The rest of us in a wind chill advisory in Teal here. That is where we're seeing wind chills at times 20s to 30s below here in the valley in the south and east. But the Eastern Valley is actually doing a little bit better this morning with some wind chills that are a lot lighter or a lot better because the wind is a lot lighter. Here's a look at Fargo. You can see traffic picking up as we make our way through the morning. We've got some areas of temperatures that are starting to climb. Fargo's one of them. In the last hour, we've seen our number go up another degree. So we're at 5 below right now in Fargo for your current temperature with some mostly cloudy skies. We do have that easterly wind at 6 miles per hour and a feels like number, a wind chill of 18 below. So still frigid, not as cold as yesterday. We were down to 26 below for our low in Fargo yesterday. So this is some improvement. Temporarily, we've got another surge of Arctic air coming our way. I'll talk about in a moment. And in Grand Forks, light snow coming down. Very light stuff, but still some light snow. 8 below your current temperature. East wind at 8. And that makes it feel like it's 24 below. So again, some areas in the valley doing a little bit worse off than others. And then on top of that, again, I mentioned that light snow. It's making its way through eastern North Dakota right now, trying to move into Minnesota. Eventually it will. We'll move in a little bit more here this morning. Grand Forks has been seeing that very light snow. This stretches back over into places like Griggs and Steele County, back down toward Valley City. And then now a little bit of development that's happened in southeastern North Dakota, and that will all be moving its way east northeastward. So eventually Fargo could see some of this light snow. And then our viewers into Minnesota, you'll get this too, but it's going to be more into mid to late morning that this will impact you. Still, a little light snow potentially for that morning drive. And as we take a look at your conditions as we make our way through the day today here in Fargo, expect to have that light snow this morning. Eventually it moves on, and then conditions will start to improve. So we're looking at some temperatures getting back into the 1 degree range for your high in Fargo today, and some partly to mostly cloudy skies. Wind shouldn't be too strong either, but still a factor here for us when we're talking about the wind. So slight improvement today, but we've been talking about what's to come for your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So lots of first alert weather days, including today, for the cold that continues to stick around. Also want to watch out in that morning drive for the light snow that will reduce your visibility at times. And again, I'm looking at about a coating, maybe a ½ inch of snow or so in some areas that will lead to more for slick spots yet again today. And then tomorrow, the northern wind continues to return that Arctic air. And so by Friday night, New Year's Eve night, we're looking at temperatures dropping into the 20s below and wind chills 40s below, potentially down to 50 below. That is not good for anybody who's out and about for your new year. And in fact, we're looking at a 28 below low by the time we get into New Year's Day. So please bundle up and make sure you have plans to stay warm heading into your new year. And first alert weather day through Sunday morning for that frigid weather. But look at this improvement into next week. We'll be climbing above that 0 degree mark.
Is it bad that 1 degree actually looks nice today in comparison to what we've had?
At this point, it does. I mean, right now we're about 20 degrees warmer than yesterday. So yesterday morning at this time. So you're going to notice a difference, even though it's still dangerously cold.
All right, bundle up anyway, Lisa. Thank you. Now 6:55, 2 grandmothers in the Twin Cities are recovering from violent robberies while they were out Christmas shopping in St. Paul. An 81-year-old woman had one foot in a store entryway when a man ran up behind her and then tried snatching her purse. Here's a picture of what happened. The purse was looped around her wrist, so when the guy grabbed it, she was thrown to the ground and knocked unconscious. The man took off without her purse. Then a few days later, 2 men grabbed the purse of an 85-year-old woman who was putting groceries into her car. She started to follow them back to their car. That's when one of the men shoved her to the pavement. Take a look at what they did to her. She has a concussion and severe bruising on her face. Police are investigating a report of an assault in Grand Forks that involved a SWAT team and a bomb squad call-out. A woman was found yesterday at Hugo's grocery store on Demers Avenue, bleeding from the head. Police told her, or she told police rather, that she had been attacked by a man she knew at a nearby apartment. Officers knocked on the guy's door in the 600 block of 4th Street North, but they didn't get a response from him. Police then got a search warrant and they called in the SWAT team, bomb squad, and a K-9 team. The man was found inside the apartment and interviewed, but no arrest was made. There's no word on the condition of the victim this morning. The man accused of brutally killing a Fargo teen last summer wants to withdraw his guilty plea. 23-year-old Arthur Cawley is requesting to withdraw his Alford plea in the fatal stabbing of 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson. An Alford plea is a guilty plea where the defendant does not admit to committing the crime but acknowledges there's enough evidence that would persuade a judge or a jury to find them guilty. Cawley is accused of stabbing Jupiter dozens of times in the parking lot of the Fargo Party City last June. He told police he had taken meth earlier that day. A hearing to determine if Cawley can withdraw his plea will take place sometime next month. Essentia Health is planning a new clinic in West Fargo. Here's a look at what it will be on the inside. It will be at the Lights along 32nd Avenue in Cheyenne. Essentia says the new building will be unveiled sometime next fall. A Fargo City Commissioner is calling planned bonuses for city staff a drastic mistake and an inappropriate way to spend taxpayer money. The commission recently approved $1,000 appreciation bonuses for nearly 1,000 employees, which puts the tab at almost $1 million. That cash is coming from federal COVID relief money.
People in the public sector should not get bonuses. I don't understand bonuses because it's not like the employer is saying, here's some of my money. Thank you for doing a great job. I'm taking other people's money then.
Commissioner Gehrig says there is not one year where the commissioners get everything they want in their budgets, and he says as a liaison to the fire department, he sees a specific need for a new fire station on the south side, and the money should be spent on that. He also believes the bonuses may have been politically motivated because there is an election coming up in 8 months. The state of North Dakota is making ride vouchers for Lyft available to anyone who needs them, encouraging people to get home safely this New Year's weekend. You can get $10 off a ride between now and January 2nd by using the code VZWinter1. That's the numeral 1. It's also up on your screen right now. Visit visionzeroND.gov for more information. One job took a dangerous turn for an Oregon State worker when he narrowly escaped being crushed by a tree falling on a snowy highway. Take a look right there. You see it happen. The Department of Transportation employees' dash cam captured the close call as the Evergreen came down. The driver escaped unharmed, but the tumbled timber trapped traffic. As luck would have it, loggers were also in that jam. They stepped up and made quick work of the tree. Everything is better with bacon, right? Hopefully you're eating it this morning because it's National Bacon Day, a day to remind us of that delectable pork product. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today is, it takes the average person 8 seconds to do this. The answer? Answer the phone. You have to screen the call first, of course. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You'll find us on the Fargo CW. Have a great Thursday.